Welcome to the Thin Blue Line Outdoors Podcast.
This pig came barreling.
Just ended up puking last night. It sucked.
Whoa! Ah! We gut it, we wrap it in tinfoil, throw it over the fire.
All right, everyone, this is the Thin Blue Line Outdoors Podcast, episode 70. We are
70.
We are cooking right now with podcasts.
God,
hope you guys are enjoying all the podcasts we're putting out here lately. I know we started off strong when we started the podcast, and then throughout season we usually do a decent job, but it's off season that we struggle, and that should be the time we do more podcasts, in my opinion. I think we have gotten that figured out a little bit better now.
I've just listened to the last one with Blue River. Really enjoyed it. I thought that was a great interview. Has a lot of good stuff to bring to the table, a lot of interesting stuff. As I say, mate, I want to know what job you've got where you can just call into work and they're all right with you going hunting, because whatever you've got, I want a piece of it. But very good podcast.
Yep.
I can't believe it's 70.
I know. I'm super excited. So that was episode 67. Before this one, if you want to go back, there'll be Matt and Nicole Rave. Matt's a team member. Nicole's his wife. They've been on the podcast before. They were actually, for the longest time, our number one podcast.
No way.
Yep. I'm assuming it's because Nicole, because she's better looking than all of us. That's going to be my assumption. But they're back on. If you want to go back and listen to that, it's going to be podcast 68. Podcast 69 is Nathaniel talking about his first deer and stuff.
Yes.
He's a child, so he wanted to be podcast 69, as you can imagine.
Did he? Yeah. Perfect number for you, lad. But I was actually just talking about you, Nate. I was very, very impressed. If you haven't seen Nate's first kill on camera, go
First
back and
period.
check it out. First kill period. Nate, I think you've done an amazing job, mate. First kill period, first kill on camera, and you absolutely nailed it. So I enjoyed your hunting. If you haven't seen it, go back and check Nate's first kill. Very exciting, and it was a very good watch.
Yep. That was either vlog 2 of the 23 season or vlog 3. I don't remember. It's one of the two.
It was an early one, yeah.
Yep. So, check that out, guys, if you want. But, we have Ryan the Redcoat on this podcast here. You guys should have seen it already by the time this podcast comes out. If you haven't, go back and watch it. But Ryan's been putting some yotes down. And that's what we're here to talk about in person. This is a few hours before we go out tonight. Us two and then Kyle. We are excited, but Ryan.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you can talk about your journey a little bit into this coyote hunting.
So I've been lucky. I've got two really good mentors from the state police. A couple of colleagues of mine, fantastic mentors. I've talked about them before. I don't mention no names, but I'm hoping by this time next year, at least one of them will be filming the hunts. And jumping on board on the Thin Blue Line Outdoors team, because you're more than welcome and you bring a lot to the table. But I've got two fantastic mentors. Met these guys. They were actually training up in Chicago a year or two ago. Hooked up with them and we did a little hunt up north, and that was what introduced me to this whole thermal game. I had no clue. I knew about night vision, but I didn't know anything about thermals. And I seen the kit that they were rocking, and it was like, oh my god, this is otherworldly. It's unbelievable. Left that hunt and then did some research, and then I was blown away because it's very costly. It is very costly to get into it. That's a real downside. I do hope though that as the technology gets better, that prices do come down, and you can get cheaper end thermals. But the old saying, you pay for what you get. And even if you look at the quality of the two thermals I got, mine are fairly decent for the price that I got them for. But if you look at one of the lads, he's running a Halo, and I think it's like a $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 scope, but the quality is just, it's night and day. It's phenomenal. But there is price ranges from low to high to super high to multi-millionaire price ranges. So that's the good thing about it. If you do want to get into it, there is different levels and ranges. But I was very lucky to hook up with these guys, and they've been fantastic mentors, coaching and teaching, and whenever they can tell me little bits and tips and advice, they're giving it. And what I really like about that is it's sort of why we started what we're doing here, pass on knowledge to those that haven't grew up in this situation. And, you know, I've had you, and I got very lucky meeting you and a couple of the other guys as well, who would always constantly teach and support and showing, and that's what we want, and that's sort of what the Thin Blue Line, I think one of our main goals is to teach, and education actually is one of our goals, so to educate those that may not know. So I got into it with them too, and done some research in the off season, picked up a couple of thermals. So tonight we're going to be running the Hick Micro, and I think they're out of the Netherlands actually.
Okay.
Hick Micro, and for those that are listening, if you're wondering why I've got them over there, is because I actually bought them over there. You can't actually ship them because of the grades of them, so they're really, really good quality, and they've got some technology that is not yet available over here. So for those that are questioning, I bought them while I was over in England. So we're going to be running Hick Micros, TQ50s, 50 mils, 2.0 Pros, full audio, got a lot of cool features, one shot zero, which we've just done outside. They've got, as I say, full audio, 8x zoom. What else is there? One of the coolest features is, and you'll see this, is when you pull the trigger, it's called a recoil record. So when you pull the trigger, it's going to record 7 seconds before the trigger was pulled and 7 seconds after. So if you pull the trigger, you're getting a 14-second clip, which I really like. You can extend that. I found out, I went down to Southern Illinois. Video will be out probably by the time you hear this, but I found out, like, when you're taking 3, 4, 5 shots to the dog, you know, the video will continue to go. So that's another cool feature. So we'll be running the Hick Micros 2.0 TQ50s tonight. 2 of them, one on a 300 blackout and one of them on a 223. Did get some nicer ammo for varmints. We're going to be on Hornadies for the 223, and we're going to be on, I forgot the name of the other one, an American something for the 300 blackout.
Probably Ruger. Is it a Ruger?
It's not Ruger, no, it's American something. We'll get that for you. But so we'll be running them 2 guns tonight, and then on the stands we're going to have 2 bog death grips. So both of them are the carbon fibre. The top end, Bog offers the usual, like any company usually offers different standards, and these 2 are the top end Bog death grip. As I say, if you're going to buy something that you want it to last, you might as well get the best one. So I got 2 carbon fibre death grips, and on one of them I did upgrade the ball head. So I did a lot of research. The company I went for those that are interested in, is if you just Google search Zero Fox Given. So it's a play on words, but Zero Fox Given, FOX. And I got a ball head off them, and I went with their top end ball heads as well. And I think the top end one cost around 160, 170, and I think that one's rated to 65 pounds. I'm never gonna put anything that's 65 pounds on it, but if I'm gonna get something, I might as well get it, so it's gonna last, and you know, it's gonna be good stuff. So we'll be running that tonight, and it's gonna be on an Arca Swiss mount. On my gun, and then the 300 blackout will be using the standard bog death grip clamp. So that's what we're running tonight. Me call, lower end call. I actually got this call, I won this call in a raffle, so I got this one for just the cost of a raffle ticket. So it is a low end Fox Pro. And as I say, as every company, you can buy different models, different standards. This is more towards the lower end. At some point next year, I'm probably going to upgrade
the big one
to a big one. Bass Pro, I've had some good deals lately, but I'm just not ready to commit.
Or Fox Pro
as well.
Fox Pro,
yeah,
reach out to us. We will,
dude. Fox Pro, reach out. I am actually in the market for a new Predator call, and I'm probably going to have to wait off till next year, raise some funds and all that. But I am using a Fox Pro right now, and I have been since I got into this game. It's a single speaker. It's done the job for me. I've killed yotes off it. It does an excellent job. I mean, the sounds are great. All Fox Pro products are great. Called a dog in on me first ever use of this. First ever use of it. And I got that on film. A couple of years back now. The dog just came right in, smoked it at like 100 yards with a 223. So next year I will upgrade it. The guys have been talking about a double speaker. I think the one that Cos is running is like $700-800, but he's downloaded 1,000 song, 1,000, and they're $5-6 each. You know, and I'm like, dude, how are you getting this? But it is as a double speaker, and the way, I mean, it's so clever. The way he's programmed it is you can have a dying jack going while you've got a pack of yoties yipping at the same time. So it makes sense. Right now, the one I'm running, you can only use one at a time. But some information today that we got, it is mating season, coyote mating season. So we're going to be trying to connect with the penis of the yotie today. So we're going to be connecting with coyote penis tonight. A lot of female calls. I've been advised duo calls, male and female. Some female calls, sorry, and then worst comes to worst, we'll do some pup distress calls, which is usually a good one to do anyway, and then spend maybe about 15-20 minutes at each set, and then move on. We'll just keep plugging away at it tonight. So. I'm excited, can't wait. I think it might be the first time I've hunted with Kyle.
Yeah, I don't think you guys
and I was thinking of this on the way down. I was thinking, this might be my first hunt with Kyle.
I think it is.
So I was dead excited about that as well, that I get to hunt tonight with Kyle.
We're
running a 3-man team tonight. We've got 1 on the camera, 2 on the guns, and then we can all switch out. I'll do the calling, get them going. And then we'll try and get some interviews. One thing I have been lacking is the interviews because I've been using GoPros.
Yeah, it'll be a lot better with my big camera. So and we'll bring that tripod there and everything. So we'll be good to go. I know it'd be interesting to see how we do tonight with weather conditions. So as we go out, let's see here. It's supposed to be tonight when we're hunting. It's supposed to be in the 30s, mid 30s. And then let's see, we got a little rain coming after midnight, so we'll see how that works, and go from there. So I know right now it's a little foggy, not terrible. Hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, we're excited. We're gonna be hunting mainly Fulton County and a little bit of Tazewell County for people, and I don't mind spot dropping for it's yotes. Everybody wants to kill yotes. So that's the 2 counties here in Illinois we're gonna mainly be hunting.
Did you mention that you got some permissions off some farmers?
Yep. So we got a farmer. I'm not going to name drop him here, but we got a farmer friend that I lease property off of. Of course, he said have at it on the lease, kill as many yotes. But then he must have been thinking about it because like a few minutes go by and he texts me. Actually, he goes, I live on 60 acres. Kill them all. So he sent me his address so we can go. Yeah, so we picked up another property. We can go to Tazewell.
Perfect.
So we got about 5 properties to hunt, and some of these properties we might want to do 2 stands on. So that'll be good.
Very good.
So it'll be some time in the truck driving, but other than that, it'll be fun. I know Kyle's gonna be, I think, with us for about half of them. So
awesome.
That'll be fun. I'm excited. Like I said, I've never done it. I know I've had a couple people tell me, no, don't go because then you're gonna want to buy a thermal.
Yes. Dude, whoever said that to you is absolutely right because I had no clues about thermals, and then when I seen theirs, I'm like, I want one. And I'm going to do everything I can to get one. Then I said, well, how much was your thermal? And I think at the time he paid like 10.5. I said, 10.5 what? He said, 1,000. I'm like, 10,500 rand, African rand, or Indian rupees, or he goes, no, dollars. I said, you paid 10.5 grand for a scope? He said, yeah. I said, oh my God. Well, I knew at that point I'd never be able to get one of them. The wife would absolutely strangle me and I'd be living outside, I think. But as I say, if you're looking on getting into it, there's many different levels of thermal scopes and the technology is just getting better and better. So don't let it put you off. You do get what you pay for. As you know, buy once, cry once is a motto that I live and die by. If you're going to buy something, you might as well get the best. But don't let it put you off. Do some research because there is price ranges for everyone. I've even seen thermals for like $600-700. I've never used them, but they're out there. So if you do use them or you listen to this podcast and you do buy a thermal, doesn't matter what price range, get in touch with us. Let us know, because I wouldn't mind a couple of others. I want a spotter.
Yep.
I want a thermal spotter as well. Make it a little bit easier to save scanning all night. With the gun, just want a little handheld thermal spotter. So I have seen one, which will probably come next year, which will be a third one. I've seen another one. It's a Hick Micro, again, out of the Netherlands. They've just released a new one. I think it's the Panther. I could be wrong on that one, but it's the Panther, the TQ50. It's a 50mm, but it's got an LRF. It's got a built-in laser rangefinder, and that same model, as of November 2023, was upgraded to include a ballistics calculator. So top end stuff and all that, but that'll probably come maybe for next season. So one of these scopes that we're using tonight will probably use as a handheld spotter, and then I'll have the other two on the gun. We need a rangefinder. That's the only difficult of a night. It's like, how far?
Yeah, just kind of guessing. Good thing tonight is all these spots either myself or Kyle's hunted, so we kind of have a guess anyway. And then you've been keeping all the pelts.
I've got one coyote pelt. We killed 5 dogs 3 weeks ago down south in southern Illinois. I've got one pelt out of it, and I'll be honest, because I want everyone to know it's okay to make mistakes. I brought 2 dogs home with me, but I've only got one pelt. The other one I just threw away. I've done so many mess ups with it. The first dog that I skinned out was perfect, not one single hole, not one single hole. The second one, I was rushing it. I was tired. I think I was up 26 hours or 27 hours. I'd literally just got home, 5-hour drive back home. It was in the negative. It was freezing. I had to get my big buddy heater in the garage. So skin one, my hands were like ice. I was 26 hours awake, just done a 5-hour drive, 10 hours in the space of 18 hours or something. Tired, cold. By the time I got the second dog up there, it was like I was trying to rush it. I was freezing cold. My hands were freezing. So skin one, done a really good job with that one. Rolled him up and put him in the freezer. So I'll work on that in the spring. I have got 4 raccoon pelts that are done. All done. Best ones I've ever done. These ones actually, that you can move them about, they feel like leather. So I'm really happy with them. And as I say, if we get any tonight, I'd love to take 1, 2.
Any ones I get, you can. What's your plan? What's your plan for them?
So I want to collect a lot of fur over the winter. I want to start to master the techniques now. This is something I think I said on a podcast maybe a year or 2 ago. I want to get into the tanning aspect of it. I want to use as much as the animal as I possibly can. I want to make hats. I want to make gloves. The first thing that I'd love to do, and I think I'm going to do it with the coon pelts that I've got, is make some nice mittens. And I wanted to start off making 2 pairs of mittens, one for me and Arash. For the quad, because when it gets cold on there, just having a nice pair of mittens that flop up over. I've got it all in my head. I just need to really pin it down. I done my little nephew a hat last year. It was super hard. The skin was super hard, but it didn't have a good fleshing board, and it didn't have a good flesh knife. This year was different, and that makes the world of difference. Get yourself a good fleshing beam and a good flesh knife, and honest to God, it's so much easier. Mittens, and I'd love to get into hats, but right now I just love and enjoy walking down into the basement, and I've got them all on a piece of string hanging from one of my beams in the basement next to me safe right now, and I just every time I'm in the basement I always go over and I'm feeling and just like, oh wow, this is so cool. I just really enjoy looking at them right now. But I've got to wait now till spring for the coyote, because it takes a lot of washing, a lot of fresh water, a lot of salt water, wash them again, this, that, the other. So right now all the pipes are frozen, so it's not really no point in starting it now. So come spring, once I get my hose pipe back, I'll flesh it, salt them, and then go through the whole process with that one. So that's my plan.
I know. I'm excited to do some coyote hunting tonight. Do we have anything else we can talk about coyote hunting before we move on?
No, just some advice that I got today that I'll share with you. As I say, it's mating season right now, so you are wanting to hone in on the males, looking for females and that whole mating thing. So we will do the pair calling tonight. We'll do some female calling tonight. The pup to stress call has always been good on every hunt that I've done so far. And that's mainly what we'll target, 15-20 minutes a set, and then move on. Do a lot of driving. You did bring up a good point. It's going to test the scopes tonight. Every time I've used them so far, we've had clear nights. The last time I went was with Wisconsin with Jesse. I had a fantastic time up there. We were into a pack of dogs. Now I don't know what to do. I want to identify people, but Jesse put us in contact with one of his peers, let's say, at the place where he works, and his peer had some land, and he said he's got a dog problem. We went out there, drove up to Wisconsin. It was only an hour away, so it was perfect. And we got into a big pack, and you'll have to speak to Jesse about it. We just couldn't get them to breach.
Yep.
I'd stop the call, and then I'd do a pup to stress, and then the whole pack would start.
Yep.
So we were scanning this field, we just needed them to breach, but they never did. So just things like that I need to learn, like, would I mix it up? Would I use this? Would I use that? And then we'll do a little 2-minute rabbit to stress in between, as a part of that whole 15-minute dance tonight, which has been advised by the lads down south. So I appreciate it. So I'm passing that on to everyone who's listening.
Yep. And as we record this, because this will come out like first week in February. So as we record this, this is January 23rd. So if you're just so for people know, if you're listening to this fresh and trying to figure out when we're doing these type of calls and stuff. So excited tonight. I know I have killed one coyote already.
Nice. Congrats. That was awesome.
I'll talk about that here. I don't think I've said it on the podcast. It was on my Instagram stories and stuff there for a while. So obviously I live on my farm here, and I have chickens and goats. And sure enough, my wife had just left the house to go take my daughter to school, and took both kids. I got home from working third shift, got in the shower, get out. I am wearing pajama pants and shirtless. Yeah,
even better.
And
Rambo.
And I look outside and I see my cat. My cat is like freaking out, and I don't know why. And she comes just hauling in. Like, I don't know what. Like, it's unlike my cat.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking out the door, and I see something on the edge of my yard, like 10 yards in the field, which is about 60 yards from my front door. And sure enough, I had a coyote just sitting there watching my goats and chickens just beeline.
Oh my god! Is that the same place where I seen your cat and Drew that time? That exact same spot.
Yep. So anyway, grabbed an old rifle, and he didn't make it out of the field. He dropped him in his spot. So
congratulations!
Don't mess with my animals. That's what I gotta say.
We love to hear it.
Yep. So,
but we talked about this last year as well. I think one of the goals last year was to do a little bit better job of land management. The more we get into this whole thing, the more you realise, you can just go out and you can show up in public and you can kill deer. People do it every year, but we sort of want to get really good at killing deer, not just any deer. We want to start dropping big deer, and we want to make a name for ourselves. And part of that plan, I think I mentioned it last year, was I did one coyote hunt last year. I took one shot at it. I didn't find any blood, but I think I told you when I went spring turkey hunting, the path that the dog ran, I found a dog skeleton.
Oh, so
I found the full skeleton. It was half there where it rotted. So I texted the picture out. I think Jesse got it, Ash got it. I said I'm not claiming it by any means, but this is where that dog ran, so
hopefully you did. I mean, honestly, like, when it comes to coyotes, man, there's just we got so many of them and stuff. And then obviously Ryan and I, we've been trying to put hurting on raccoons. I mean, raccoons are ridiculous how many there are. I mean, since buying this farm in 2020, I'm killing at least 15 raccoons a year. So I'm over 50 since I've been living here, and probably need to do a better job, to be honest with you. There's so many of them and stuff. So and they go after my damn chickens, and it pisses me off so much.
Wild turkey eggs.
Yep.
So we've talked about that as well, haven't we? About the raccoons and all that. It's always good to keep a check on them. And this year I had my best year as well for raccoon hunting. And just want to say, I was speaking to my brother about this on the way down. I FaceTimed him on the way down, and I don't know statistics, but I want to thank everyone for watching What vlog was it? Can you remember the number?
No, I can look while you talk.
A vlog came out not too long ago, and it was me and my brother went out. We done some trapping. It was my first season trapping. I had my trapper's license, bought some new traps, and we put some traps out on the farm, and we ran the trap line.
Vlog 16.
Vlog 16. So I just want to say thank you for everyone that watched Vlog 16 because the numbers were good.
Yes, that might have been our best vlog of the season. I'm looking to check. We had some close contenders.
And I said that to our Ash on the way down. I said, I'm not sure, but
I think that was the number one.
It looked like it had more views than most. So I thank everyone for watching that. I really do. It was my first season trap, and I got to do it with our Ash. We bought some traps, and we had a great time. And, you know, hopefully you learned something. You know, we wanted to show you how to dispatch a raccoon ethically and quickly and stuff like that. You got to see some skinning in it as well, and it got really good numbers. Now, when I say good numbers, it didn't blow up. It wasn't in the thousands, but I think 350 or something.
It's good for us. Yeah, it was good
for us. So I appreciate it, and I want to thank everyone that actually watched that video. It meant a lot to me. I know it meant a lot to our Ash. And you know what the coolest thing was? I sent our Ash the link, and my mum and dad and all that, and then I said, watch it on the telly. So our Ash put it on his big screen, and me little 2-year-old nephew who made the raccoon skin art, and he hasn't stopped talking about it. Why it's on the telly? Why it's on the telly? And all that. And then he watched the deer as well. And the funniest thing was, my mum told me this. He's only 2, so he's just putting his words together. He goes down to my mum's and says, Nanny, why ain't killed the deer? Why ain't killed the deer? Like this, and she's like, what? But he was calling it a reindeer. It was around Christmas time. Ryan killed the reindeer.
That's funny.
But it's boss. Every time I speak to him, when him and our Ash are together, like our Ash says, what was you saying before, Bobby? What do you want to do? He says, I want to kill a pig. I want to kill a pig. So our Ash said he's probably 4. 4 might be a little bit young, but
we got the place to take him.
I said we've got the place to take him. He wants to put our Bob on a pig, and obviously we've got the death grip and all that. If he does, he's got to pull the trigger,
put him in one of those ground blinds,
put him in a ground blind. So, you know, even if he's just there, but 4 might be a bit young, but 5 probably the right time. So maybe in 3 years. But all he says now is, I want to kill a pig. Want to kill a pig? So Jesus, him going into school over there.
It'll be good.
People are like, what? You want to kill a pig? Can help someone get this kid out?
Yeah. No, and we're excited. That's, you know, getting our families into it. My daughter likes to watch it on the television all the time and stuff. So, she wants to do some of these hunts with me, so in the future. So,
well, she's a big hit. She's a TikTok sensation. I think one of your biggest.
One of the biggest ones.
One of the biggest views was her hunt when she went out.
And she went hunt with me quite a bit this year. And
what's you 4 or 5 times?
She's 4. She went like 5 times.
5 times. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yep, she learned napping in the stands good. She fell asleep probably half of the hunts I took her on, so I'd just wake up. Okay,
you can't beat it a hunting nap though. Especially turkey season. I'll tell you what though, when I done that double on the tom, 2 toms with 1 shot in Wisconsin, bro, I swear to God, I was asleep. I was asleep maybe 40 minutes before that, and I don't know what woke me up, because these were about 140 yards away, but something woke me up. And as I woke up, I'm lying on the floor, just like, wait there, looking around, do a quick scan. Next thing, I just see 2. My decoys were out there, like, so I just done a little few calls. Next thing, both of them came in. But you cannot beat a floor nap while hunting.
Oh, yeah. I'm guilty of a few of those. So, can't beat that. I don't think I fell asleep in a deer stand this year, though.
No.
I think that was a first in a while. But
I didn't fall asleep. In fact, you know what? I think I did a blind hunt. I think I did 1 blind hunt, and I was just exhausted. So I set my alarm for 1 hour, and I got on the floor, and I had a 1 hour sleep. But I just think it's so cool. It's really cool. I know Jesse's lads enjoy watching on the telly. Like, you know, I've got a 2.5-year-old nephew back home in England that's loving it and can pick up and recognise this daddy on the telly. You know, I think that's so cool. And that's the younger generation, isn't it?
Yep.
And you know, when we do this debate, this crossbow versus compound bow debate, I've done a lot of research, and it's a dying game. believe it or not. Hunting's a dying game.
Nope, it 100% is. So yeah, we have that. Originally, we planned on doing a crossbow versus bow debate, but the other guys weren't able to work it out. So we'll probably have to do that through our. We'll probably have to do that through our streaming service, and do that sometime through there, so everybody can just get on their laptop and stuff. But that should be fun. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. And
then another, and I don't know if you've done any research on this, another topic I want to talk about that's kind of controversy right now in the hunting world is there's a lot of infighting right now in the hunting world. I don't know if you've hear any about this, but of like against some of the big names like popular people about how they should be quiet and not talk about all the hunting they're doing, and it's not realistic because they're paying big money to go hunt to some of these places. Have you heard from not Steve Ranella but Matt Ranella?
No, I haven't heard that topic, but I did pick up on something sometime last year, and I know a few of the big names got targeted last year because they're putting out stuff, and it's not realistic, and some of them got calls out on it.
Yep.
I think so, I don't want to, I'm not mentioning no names, but like taking deer with just a rifle when it's bow season, but then they're setting it up to look like it's bow season, and they're saying that they're hunting public when really they're hunting high fence, and they're putting content out. And as I've got nothing wrong with fence hunting if that's what you want to do, it's meat on the table.
Just be honest about it.
But you can't go in a high fence situation and put it out there, I can't go hunting elk property that's close by here and say, I'm out here in Wyoming looking for big elk. You're not going to do that. Be honest, and we're honest about everything we do. Even mistakes that we make, we're honest about it. So I heard a lot about that last year, and a couple of big people got calls out, and there was big debates online, and they got calls out for it. So I haven't heard much since, but I've got a feeling people are up to it,
Yeah, and what I'm talking about is Matt Ranella and his Hunt Quietly brand. He was on the Hunter podcast. If anybody wants to check that out, I'll be honest, I disagree with him.
I'll have to listen to that.
Yeah, I disagree with him. He, I get what he's saying. Because
what did he say? Like what's he saying?
So he's saying essentially we're popularizing hunting so much, and we're talking about the main gist I got was these hunting public spots, and he kind of called out the hunting public, which I think the hunting public do a great job. I have nothing bad to say about those guys, but how they're saying how it used to be this guy would have this local public spot, and he would go there, and there'd be maybe 2 or 3 other hunters there, and he'd been hunting it for years. Well, now it's becoming the cool thing to do to hunt public land, whether that's in the elk woods or in whitetail woods, and now you go to that same spot and there's 20 trucks there, and because of these social media stars or whatever in the hunting world, they're making it popular to hunt the hunting public, which is we're bringing too many people into our spots now. Well, he's kind of like, hunt, but hunt quietly. You don't need to post stuff. You don't need to do this stuff, and I just disagree with it. I disagree with him. And then he gets on Cameron Haynes and like Joe Rogan and stuff. And listen, whatever negative thing you may think Cameron Haynes is doing or Joe Rogan, they've done more good for the sport than anything. I mean, Joe Rogan, I've been a fan of Joe Rogan even before he got into hunting, but he's brought so many eyeballs to hunting in the outdoor world than more than anybody else did. Because you look at somebody like let's look at Lee Lukowski from the Crush. If you're involved in the hunting world, Lee's a legend. I mean, he kills big deer every year. Yeah. What he's done to his farm. I started watching Lee and Tiffany when they were getting close with Lee and Tiffany before they were the Crush, and they're big names when it comes to our world. But if you're not a hunter, you don't know who the hell they are. Most people know who Joe Rogan is, whether that's from the Fear Factor days, UFC days, whatever. Most people know where he's from. So this hating on each other. Why are we hating on each other?
I haven't listened to it, so I need to listen to it. But just from what you said, 2 things popped out with me, and I'm not going to go into because I haven't listened to it, and B, most of the facts that I've got right now are for my for the crossbow debate on it. But hunting's a dying game, and not only that. Hunting's for everyone, mate. Hunting's for everyone. Public land is there. It's got it in the name. It's public.
Well,
everyone can use it.
In my opinion, you have you have a really good idea to speak on public land more than like even for me, because where you came from
was all public.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about from England.
Yeah,
you didn't have that.
No.
Yeah.
No. Now we've got national parks and districts and public spaces, but there's no hunting there.
Yeah.
Like looking over here, mate, it's public hunting, and for those that do public hunting, you know how much of a headache it is. But it's called public hunting, so it's open for everyone, and everyone over here has got that right to hunt. If they want to hunt, they want to hunt. All I'd like to put out there is, if you are going to hunt public, do it respectfully. You know, don't be walking around and disturbing other people's hunt. Do it properly. But I mean, that's what you're going to get. So to say, you know, you're advertising it and all that, you're spoiling other people. No. Another one, and I won't go into it too much because I'll save this for our debate, but deer populations need to be controlled every year.
Yeah.
You know, they do. And the impact, and we'll talk about this in another podcast, but the impact of overpopulated deer is going to have a more negative effect on the hunting game than anything.
Yep.
So, but I'll bring that into when we talk about our debate. But that doesn't sound right to me. We want people in it, and you know, teach people. And if you've got someone that you can mentor, teach them so that they are going into these spaces and doing it respectfully.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, yeah, we don't need to be doing a bunch of infighting and stuff. That's just dumb. But we'll move on. I know we'll probably won't go too much longer, but I know talk about again just some of our future plans, because you know Ryan's involved with some of these. You know, we have kind of bring out our year, what we plan on doing for the rest of the year. You know, the next thing we have, big thing, is some of us are going hog hunting. That'll be fun, our yearly hog hunt. That'll be fun. There'll be videos coming from that. Taking some new guys who've never killed a hog before, so it'll be good to see how they do there. Then the next thing we have after that is Iowa Deer Classic. So make sure you come on down to that, everyone. Myself and some of the crew will be down there.
It's first time this year, isn't it?
Yep, first time in Iowa. First time in Iowa. Very excited. I've been there just as a fan, you know, went to it a few times, and it's fun. Big names are there, and a lot of booze. Good place to spend money. So come on,
money pit.
Yep, come on down. We'll have a couple. One sponsor will be there. Mr. Rubb will be there. So check those guys out. With Mr. Rubb will be there. Go there, and then the next week, second weekend in March, will be the Peoria, Illinois Deer Classic in Peoria, Illinois. Ryan will be there. Plan on being there for that.
Wait.
Yep. And we will have, I believe, 2 sponsors there. Mr. Rubb will be there again with Backwood Products, and then Dominant Strands will be there as well.
Yeah.
So
both great companies.
All great. Have nothing but good things to say.
Got my bow, as you've probably seen. We've done a little short. Went down there, got to see the whole behind the scenes there with the Dominant bow strands. Got my crossbow done by them. Loved it. Great, fantastic, gorgeous camo strings. And Mr. Rubb, I told you about. I made another chili a couple of nights ago. So I think I'm down to 2 chilies left, and I've run out of a couple of seasonings, so I'll definitely be dropping some dimes over at Mr. Rubb again, because it's good stuff, man.
And
honestly.
we're booth in Illinois. We're booth 915. I don't remember what we're in Iowa, but we're booth 915 in Illinois, and Mr. Rubb will be right across from us.
Brilliant.
From there. So,
dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous. Yep. So definitely check them out, guys, and check out Dominant Strands. I just talked to Lewis the other day. I know he's excited. I know we got a crossbow strung by him. A couple compounds have been strung by him, and then my recurve's been strung by him. So we've had kind of all bows strung by him, and so far everyone of us are happy and stuff.
Yep. No issues.
So definitely check that out. And then after that, we'll go into turkey season. I know myself, Ryan, and a couple others will be hitting turkey woods pretty heavy.
Still waiting to it. When will we hear back about the second turkey lottery for Illinois? It's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll probably hear soon. Maybe by the time this podcast is even
I'm trying to get at least 1 or 2 ice fishing things in as well. I think that's checked in 2 days ago, and the lakes in Wisconsin, as of this week, are now ATV friendly.
Oh, okay. So you can go back where you did.
Yeah, and I know Jesse was interested as well. I'm just gonna have to speak with the legend Butch, because I know he's he's buying a new 2-man ice fishing, and he's saying I know the 2-man are fairly small, and with the quads as well. So I don't know whether we'll be able to do a 3-man, or if I go out with Butch and then Jesse connects with Butch,
I guess
and then do a
events.
double. So we might have a little bit more ice fishing footage this year. But the fish is phenomenal. Some fish tacos with fresh fish like that.
Making them. God. Maybe do a cooking with the blue segment vlog with that, and I mean that'd be good. I know I was hoping to do some ice fishing here yet. I just haven't got it, and we've had some. Now it's getting into the 40s, so it'll be iffy now. But it was really cold there for a while. I just didn't have time to go. But I know we're going to be shooting the recurve here soon because I'm hoping I'll be using that recurve when I go bear hunting.
Amazing.
Again. Bear hunting again in the spring. Super excited for that. So if you guys enjoyed the bear video last year, we'll be back. I'm really excited for that. And then we'll have our summer. We plan on trying to do a vlog a week of some kind. Whether it's bow shoots, fishing, whatever. But keep some content going.
Prep work. I plan on spring trout. I do a lot of fishing over the summer. A couple on the boat, a lot on the shore. Trout fishing. What was the other thing I was going to tell you about there? Oh, I've got a lot of ideas for prep for the 10-acre property that we're hunting. Going to introduce a couple new stands and a few new spots. Hopefully next year get some bigger bucks down. We know where they are, where they come from, where they go. So I'm going to start targeting them areas now on that. So we'll get some prep vlogs as well throughout the summer. Some new equipment, some new tree stands. We'll do some reviews on them. Try and get as much fishing content as we can. Some ice fishing in the winter up in Wisconsin, and then turkey season in the spring. Always look forward to a good turkey season.
And then obviously in the fall we'll go back to our deer hunting. But then hopefully we have a little surprise vlog for you guys during deer season. We're hoping you get a mule deer tag.
So March 1st, this will be the second year now. This will be our second attempt. March 1st, we'll be applying for a Montana mule. We wasn't lucky last year. We didn't get it, but when you apply for Montana, you do get like a bonus, a preference point. Sorry, you get a preference point, but you can also buy a bonus point. So what we've done is, like, me and Arash say, so for Christmas we'll give each other $100, sorry, but that'll go straight in the envelope. And then Arash's birthday's January, my birthday's March, so we give each other $100 for that. So that goes in the envelope. So that extra $400 we've already got the money for the tags. So now it's like, do we want to buy a bonus point as well? And there's a 3-man team, so we've got 3 preference points because we apply as a group, plus our other 3 from this year, so that'll give us 6. And now I think it's $100 or something, $90 for a bonus. And if we want to pay $100 each, then we'll have 9. So we don't know. But anyway, March 1st we'll be applying, and that's a hunt that we really want. We really want a big mule. We want some big horns down on the floor. But you also get an upland bird tag. So you can kill upland birds, some grouse. And I know Butch is very successful every year. He comes back with grouse, rabbits. And then if we do draw the tag, I need to look into predator hunting out there as well. I just want to have a look at the regulations for night hunting.
Every place is a little different.
Every place is a little different, and it is deer season as well. So I don't know whether it'll change. So I'll check into that as well, because otherwise it'll be 24 hours. We'll be hitting the rabbits, the grouse, the birds, the mule deer. You can buy over-the-counter whitetail tags as well, and I'll still be bow hunting. If we do get it, I'll be doing me bow hunting the usual, but instead of Arash flying out to hunt Illinois, to come and hunt with me in Illinois, we'll both be hunting out west.
Understand. That should be fun. I'm hoping you guys get that. I know it'll cut into the whitetail hunting some, but that'd be cool. You guys have a good time doing that.
The way I've looked at the calendar though, the rut's about the same. So I've blocked off time off in work. So I think it's like 10 days, but plus 2 days off before, 2 days off after. So the way I've planned it is we do the 18-hour trip back on the Thursday. So then we get to the farm Thursday, Friday Illinois shotgun, Friday and Saturday. You know what I mean?
So
if we can do it, we'll do it.
Yep.
If we draw the tag.
Who knows? Maybe you kill mule deer out quickly. Believe really. You never know.
That's what our Ash said.
Yeah,
If we get, because we're not going for nothing. We're not going to be picky.
Yeah.
We've never had mules here. Mules here is nice. It's good to eat, and you're going to get a good rack. If it's a good rack, we're taking it.
Yeah, I've ate it before. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Butch gave me some last year when I went ice fishing. It was very good. It is different. It is different to whitetail.
I think it does have a little I don't know if I would say gamey, but like sage taste to it.
Yeah,
compared to it's good. But
it was a little bit.
It's not overpowering.
It's a little bit darker as well.
Yep,
it was a little bit darker from what I remembered as well. But it was really nice. So we're not going for no trophies. We're going for mules here. Bottom line.
Yep.
We may get an over-the-counter whitetail while we're out there. If we see whitetail, we'll drop it.
Yeah.
But we also, Ash said the same thing. If we get the job done early, then we'll do a day of rabbit, grouse, upland bird. Then we can leave early. You know what I mean? Get back for shotgun.
Yep. All right, it's been 45 minutes. You got anything else you want to tell the people?
That's it. Just appreciate you as always. I always end every podcast with it. Our followers, our subscribers, our viewers, we can't thank you enough, honestly. We're really happy with the progress and the content boom. You're just getting better and better, mate. I super enjoy watching everything you put out. And it shows. I think the subscribers are up, and we just appreciate it. Keep an eye out on us, mate, because I think in the next 5 years we're going to be doing some really big things. And one thing I do want to leave you with the last thought. Keep in mind what we're saying. I don't know how many people specifically this year, but we're trying to get new people into the woods, especially first responders. We want people in. We want to share this. You know, a lot of the hunting, like, this is my place. I'm not letting anyone know about it, this, that, the other. Each year we do try get at least one person into the woods that's never done it. And I know you've exceeded that target this
we
year.
had, I talked about it in the podcast that would come out right before this, but I'll rehash just a little bit. But, I took one of my new coworkers out, or not new coworker, but he new to hunting. Yeah. And he came out. Plus, unfortunately, I also another guy I've been having out for years now, and he's yet to get his first deer. It's Caleb Eckhoff. He's a good guy. He passed on a buck though this year. So he did pass on a little forky. He wanted something bigger, so it was good for him on that. Good opportunity. But I think next year we got some plans. I think he'll get one. But then the other guy, like I said, a coworker of mine, he did get a shot. He did miss.
It was a good video. I see now.
Yeah, it was a long shot though. I'm not trying to give him excuses, but it was a difficult shot.
So the 350, wasn't it?
Yep, 350 Legend. And now
I like that.
Now, to be fair, I did make the shot. 30 seconds later, so it was a doable shot, but it was tough. Somewhere 100 yards to 150 yards, somewhere in there.
But if I remember, though, you just done a bit of a walk, and you didn't have no rests, nothing.
Yeah, no rest or anything, free-handed.
It's always going to be a tough shot.
Yeah, it was a tough shot, but anyway, I ended up getting a doe down, got my third deer down, so that was nice. But we'll get him out this next year, and we'll get him a deer. So excited about that, and I know Ryan and I've talked about our strategy for this next deer season. And I think it's a good strategy, getting some better content for you guys. So super excited for that, guys. We'll go ahead and end this podcast. Ryan, I'll let you close it out as usual.
Appreciate you so much. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, get on us, mate. We love yous, and we love the fact that you're engaging with us. Please, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to get in contact with us. We love interacting with every one of yous. And don't forget, Iowa Deer Classic and the Illinois Deer Classic, we're going to be there. The team will be there, and we'll see you there. Thanks for listening.
See ya.